So the first question says solve the compound inequalities. We're given x plus 50 less than 45 and x plus 45 greater than 55. We're going to go ahead and solve each inequality. So we're going to go ahead and subtract 50 here. That cancels out, giving you negative 5. On the other side, we subtract 45 to both sides, cancel out, giving you x is greater than 10. Then we're going to go ahead and write our answer in interval notation. So let's please note that we are dealing with a AND statement. So AND statement means that they are looking for where do both lines intersect. So where do both, when I mean lines, I'll show in a minute, but where do the answers intersect? So let's just put, I think it makes it easier, less wording, if we simply say N is intersection. We're looking for intersection, so overlapping lines. Let's see, overlapping, let's say solutions, overlapping solutions. I think those should be keywords. So I have my two answers. X is less than negative 5 and x is greater than 10. Those are my two solutions. A little bit thicker. So let's graph them. X is less than negative 5. Remember, on the left side, you have the negative infinity. On the right side, you have the positive infinity. Whenever you are writing your answers in the number line, you want to always read it from left to right. But let's first start. The negative 5 is right here, and the 10 is right here. First one, x is less than negative 5. All numbers less than 5, which way do we go? You tell me, okay? You figure it out. They'll go to the left. And the other side, all numbers greater than 10 will go to, yes, the right. Hopefully you said right. So now let's read it. We're going to read it. We're reading the number line. I'm writing write it. We're going to read it, the number line, left to right. Okay? So, looking at my number line, we are looking at the number line. I'm going from negative infinity to negative 5. And my other number line will go from 10 to positive infinity. Now, how do we know what we need to use? Whenever you're writing interval notation, this is your key, this is your cheat sheet. You need to remember this part. Whenever you have less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, you're going to use you're going to use brackets to be represented in the interval notation. Okay, this is also represented with a dot in the number line. When you have less than or greater than, you're going to use parentheses, and it's also represented in the number line with a open dot. The negative infinity and the positive infinity will always be represented with a parentheses. Now, with this cheat sheet right here, you are going to know what you're going to put on each side for your interval notation. If we go back here, at negative infinity right here, I'm going to have a parentheses. And at negative 5, I'm going to also have a parenthesis. Same for 10 and same for positive infinity. Now we need to use a symbol in order to connect both inequalities. Both intervals. They have to be the same. And whenever you have an AND statement, the symbol you're going to use is let's say a sad face. This symbol. That's called an intersection. So we're going to have this, right? But if you think about it, let's read. We are dealing with what kind of statement? We're dealing with an AND statement. And the AND statement is looking for what? For the intersection between both answers from the inequalities. Well, do your graph intersect? Look at your number line. Do they intersect? Do they cross? Do they touch each other? Look, one going in this way. This one is going that way. And the other one is going this way. Would those arrows intersect? Do you see that they're going to overlap? Are the arrows overlapping? You look at it and you tell me. Well, hopefully you looked at it and said, wait a minute, but those arrows are going in opposite directions. They're not touching because one starts right here. Oh, let's make sure I use it right. Oh, that's wrong. I think I erased something. Okay. Well, you know what it was there. You have an open dot right here and an open dot right here. Do they intersect? Do you see them overlapping? I don't see any of that. They're going in opposite directions. So this right here cannot happen. I cannot write it like that. You know why? Because there is no solution. There's no intersection between those two answers. So your answer is D and E. Okay? An empty set. There's no set of solutions because they do not overlap. Focus on your number line. They do not overlap. So when you have an end statement and they do